Hello and welcome to the latest edition of the Seasonal Outlook Webcast. This webcast will present an overview of the expected weather and fire potential for the late fall and winter, specifically the November through January time period. Looking back at the calendar year, much of the district has seen below average temperatures throughout much of 2010. A series of troughs have moved through the state at a fairly steady pace since last April. This has kept temperatures below normal for the coastal regions in particular. Sea surface temperatures along the California coast remained below normal throughout much of the summer months, as the trough kept the marine layer in place over the coastal waters and adjacent areas. At the time of this recording, several storm systems have affected the state already this fall. One system in September brought copious amounts of rainfall to the far northern corner of the state, while another system brought several inches of rainfall to the Sierras, along with significant precipitation even falling along the south coast and the immediate coastal regions of Southern California. This, along with the precipitation from last winter, has kept most of the state slightly above normal in terms of yearly precipitation. The moderate El Niño of last winter has been replaced by a La Niña, which is expected to last through the winter months. The La Niña is classified as moderate at the current time, and it's expected to have a large influence in weather conditions throughout the winter. While La Niñas are often automatically associated with below normal winter rainfall, it is important to note that this current La Niña has quickly evolved from an El Niño, and this may result in a continuation of the pattern of frequent troughs across the state well into the fall and possibly the early winter months. A comparison of similar seasons, namely 1969 through 1970, reveals the rapid evolution of a fall season El Niño to a La Niña may result in above normal precipitation for Southern California through the first part of the winter. If the current pattern holds up, there will be several more troughs entering the state in October, some of which will likely produce precipitation for much of the area. These troughs will bring colder air into the state as well as portions of the Great Basin. If enough cold air follows behind these troughs, some offshore wind events look likely for much of Southern California during the month of October and into early November. For this reason, an above-normal potential exists for large fires in October and the first part of November. However, as significant precipitation may fall over most of these areas during November, large fire potential will fall toward normal levels later in November. An average potential is expected through the winter across the geographic area. However, since the La Niña is expected to last throughout the winter, precipitation will likely begin to fall back to below normal levels during the first part of 2011. February and March are often the heaviest months of precipitation across much of the area, but precipitation during these months will likely be below normal, especially over Southern California. For this reason, drought conditions are likely to re-emerge sometime in the spring 2011. This coming rainy season may end earlier this year as well. Nationally, much of the southeastern part of the country will likely have above-average significant fire potential continue throughout the winter, as the storm track will probably lie across the northern tier of the continental U.S. As mentioned earlier, the above-normal potential over Southern California will drop to normal potential sometime in November. And so, in conclusion, the La Niña will continue throughout the winter. Near average to slightly above average precipitation may fall in the late fall to early winter season. Below average precipitation is likely during the second half of the winter, and a drought may be possible by the spring of 2011. Thanks for tuning in once again. Have a great fall and winter season.